Grand Rising, kings, queens, gods, goddesses, multi-exclusive dimensional being kind with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about how to utilize mental focus. Now, mental is basically dealing with the mind, the internal. So, of course, ME represents me as in you. And of course, once you utilize the N word, which is in, once you go inside something, you contain everything, which are the substances, the lights, the attention, and the span. And of course, energy goes, attention goes where energy flows. So understand and understand, you live in a world where your concentration, your focus is to be dialogued in a way where society wants you to focus on they bullshit. And when you focus on they bullshit, they get to sit back and accumulate all of the manifestations, all of the gifts, all of the birthday cards, all of the McDonald's, all of the Happy Meals, all of the businesses. They get back and basically situate themselves as in sit down on these things and make sure that, this is our gifts. Now they come out with a little bit of presents, little many bit of presidents that you have to pay for, so they can basically recuperate and get all that money back, basically. Even though they don't really utilize money, but they basically utilize these terms and these conditions as to where they get your mind, and basically all you're doing is helping they shit grow. Which most importantly, you're supposed to utilize your own mind. You're supposed to come down here on this planet, plan what you want to plan into these grounds, as in grounding yourself with the right ideas, the right terms, the right analogies, and make sure you're nurturing these things, giving it water, make sure the sun is hitting it, and of course being consistent, being stable on where you can basically create a base term condition where you won't have no blockages. Now you have to be King Kong versus Godzilla in this motherfucker, where he took the motherfucking bow and arrow, threw it to the sky, and destroyed the firmament, aka the dome. Now, firmaments is very bad because a firmament basically blocks you, which means, what is firmament? Now, firm is something that's firm, something that's hard, feel me? And of course, if you got that with mental, that means there's something hard, which is a firmament being dialogued in your mental, your mind. And when you think too hard and shit, you block the opportunities, you block the experiences, you block the right concentration, the right focus, the right determination for you to be able to have access towards what you need to have access towards, to be able to actually grip and grab what you're trying to manifest in this life. So if you thinking too hard about life, or if you stressing too hard about life, and of course you're not lightening your load on your day-by-day processes, then you're going to create blockages. The universe and God are going to be trying to lift your head up and be able to plant these ideas and situations into your existence, but they can't because your head is too fucking glued on with crazy glue. Like, it means crazy glue means you're crazy mentally. You're thinking about the wrong things. You're going crazy. You don't have balance. You don't have equilibrium. So what happens is the shit that's on your mind starts to rot. It starts to stink. Feel me? Them brain cells, the brain fog, the brain farts, it starts to basically accumulate bacteria. It gets dirty and shit. Feel me? So what happens is it starts to spiral. Feel me? Everything is a 360. Everything is a spiral. So what happens is this shit is spiraling down to your chakras, almost to the point where from the crown chakra, that shit is blocked. The motherfucking first eye chakra, that's blocked. Then almost to the point that you don't even speak up for yourself no more. That shit right here, the throat chakra blocked. Your heart chakra blocked. You ain't got a heart. You ain't got a purpose. You ain't got a soul. That's blocked. Your sacral chakra, that's blocked too. Your passion, your motivation, that's blocked. Your root chakra, where you're supposed to develop balance and stability, that's blocked. Almost to the point, like, all your whole entire planetary body, your whole influences is basically, your chakras is basically blocked. And that's the whole purpose of what the government is trying to do. Govern your chakras so they can have you facilitated on one thing in life, which is work. Come here, show up, go home, go to sleep, watch our TVs, get ready to do the same shit all over again. And of course, we all trying to get out of that mentality of a 9 to 5, or basically working for somebody. Yeah, you have to get out of that circumstance situation, because what you're doing is you're being aware of these things, and what's happening is you're creating scenarios to where you're going to keep developing these ongoing processes, and it's going to basically put a motherfucking jail cell inside your system, and you're going to basically be trying to break through and get out of it. And of course, your spirit is always going to remind you, like, yo, why are you here? Or what are you doing? Or, like, what's going on? Like, the sky ain't the limit. You can create many realms of realities to have existence into your world. Now, if you stop here right now, then we ain't going to be able to actually do nothing. So that means you need to utilize spiritual strength, soul strength, and of course, utilize your physical body, which is practicality. See, now you got to have the right vision, the right focus, the right fire, which is your vision. You got to have the right feelings and emotions, which is your feelings and emotions, your waters, your premarital waters. You got to have the right ideas, which is the right air, you got to be breathing properly. You have to be breathing in that air. You have to be basically making sure that the way you breathe, you are breathing from your stomach. You are breathing in that good shit. You breathing in that wonderful shit. You're not breathing in that parasitic ass air or toxic air or the air that they put in the pollution. You're not breathing that air. You're breathing in the right air that you basically create when you walk outside or step outside, or if you're in your house. Then of course you gotta have earth, which is practicality, making these things make sense into your life. Once you utilize the 4 elements, you connect these things, and these things basically start to spiral to the point where you keep doing this shit, it starts to get heavy, it starts to get wear and tear, to the point that your fruits and labors and your manifestations will prosper down to existence. But are you doing this on a day-to-day basis? And that's where we come into concentration. Now, concentration is all about getting your mind back. If you don't get your mind back, then you won't be able to actually concentrate. And concentrating on getting your mind back is not concentrating. Trying to get your mind back is not dealing with concentrating on your mind. What you need to do is go into hermit mode. Feel me? What you need to do is go into the dark, turn off the lights, and you need to close your eyes. Close them eyes, close your feelings, close your emotions, and basically try this for an hour. Now, remember, you know the term, your thoughts, your feelings, and emotions are not yours. These are what you're receiving. So whatever state of awareness or whatever state of vibration you're in, this is what you're receiving inside your ecosystem, which is your solar system, which is your solar plexus, which is your Jesus Christ, which is your spirit, your soul, your vessel. These are what you're receiving on a day-to-day basis. So what you're allowing in your body and what you're allowing to stay in your body start to become demons, desires. And these are low vibrational ass desires, of course. So you want to make sure you close everything out, clear your mind. Now you're going to realize that these thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you're not trying to think about or not trying to give attention to, these things are just rapidly going to keep coming and coming and coming. And that goes to show that your state of being, of awareness that you was in deeply, are what created these things and these circumstances, situations to have you develop these constant routines and patterns. Now you have to basically clear this shit out of your system. You have to detox your mind. Feel me? Once you clear your mind, you have to speak and get right with your spirit. You have to get right with your soul. You have to basically elevate and basically accomplish this routine pattern of creating your own feeling, your own vibration, your own idea on a day-to-day basis. Because, of course, it's almost to the point as to where you don't even have to be at work. The moment you wake up to start your day, whatever the first thing you do and the first thing that come out your mouth is what's going to dictate your day for that day. Now, how long are you basically putting that time and energy towards making these sacrifices to make sure you live in a better life, a better circumstance, a better condition? See, it's all about your frequency and your vibration. The energy has to elevate. The energy has to be aligned with that. You have to connect all three. You have to be in the right space. You have to be in the right vibe, the right vortex. You have to create the right spaceship when you're going to sleep and when you're waking up. Feel me? Because when you close these eyes, your inner world, it starts to open up. When you open these eyes, your inner world goes to sleep, and basically it's going to pick up like a vibrator, which is going to basically be picking up feelings and emotions as you go out through your day-to-day. And if you're not subconsciously programming your mind or your feelings or emotions, what happens is you start to put yourself in a situation where another being is going to come inside you and program these things. And you're going to think these are your ideas, feelings, and emotions. Deep down, your spirit and your soul is basically in a motherfucking fist fight, a spiritual fight with entities deities that's trying to invade your space. That's why you have to protect your space. You have to spin around, get away from these scenarios. Make sure you're not putting yourself in a vortex or being caged in constantly. You want to break away from that every day, and you want to put a percentage level into that every day by breaking away from these things. Because of course, everything starts with you. And if you want to have a better life, a better focus, you have to concentrate on shit that really truly matters. All the bullshit that's happening on the social media, all the bullshit that's happening in the world, if it's not bringing you no happiness, if it's not serving you, if it's not elevating you, you need to cut that bullshit off. You need to separate from these things, depart from these things, departure from these things. Feel me? Don't go into that department. You know that owl don't got shit that you need to go in there for. But yet you're being controlled by a spirit that's in that motherfucking space, in that store, that's telling you to go here to go get that shit, knowing that you only came here to get two things, but you start to get this, that. You're being controlled, you're being possessed. You need to basically control your mind. That's why it's always important to know that what you're observing or what you're paying attention to, you need to have full coverage and full advantage of what's going on in your solar system and outside of you. Program your space, program your location, program everything. Because when you start to do that, you start to create a percentage level as to where you start to realize things from a mile away. And of course, clairvoyance is key. You gotta have clairvoyance. And then you gotta have these experiences to be able to have the clarity to go into your solar system. And when you have clairvoyance, you'll be able to actually receive the right spectrum, the right ideas, the right concepts, the right phrases, to be able to see things that's coming from a mile away versus somebody that may not be able to see it because they got a firmament on the top of their dome. And of course, that dome have to be released. You need to release all that shit out of here. Because when you release, you'll be able to actually receive what you came here to receive. And of course, you're always receiving. But are you receiving the right things to keep you focused, concentrated? And of course, that goes from the lowest to the highest to the highest to the lowest, from within, without. So always pay attention to the right shit and not the wrong shit. Real shit. I love you.